Washington's clear-thinking headquarters. The Morning Majority, 5 to 9 on 630 WMAL.
637 on WMAL. Brian Even, Peter Marisi.
Good morning.
University of Maryland economist in the house this morning, but a guy who lives in Virginia.
That's right. I live in Alexandria, in Old Town.
So you've got it covered.
Yeah, I do. It's called asset diversification.
And you drive through D.C. to get here?
Absolutely.
All right. So we've been to all three districts this morning. The DMV.
That's right.
District, Maryland, and Virginia.
Every day.
Lanny Davis joins us now, former White House counsel, overall great guy. Lanny, you wrote a piece that's very interesting, and it's newsworthy, I think, to discuss this. And quite frankly, I haven't been following the story. Why don't you first tell us the case of Sean Lanigan, who was a teacher in Fairfax County?
I hope every one of your listeners calls Fairfax County School District authorities and asks, what in God's name must you be thinking? Sean Lanigan was accused by two young girls, 12, 13-year-old girls. One accused directly him of molesting her. He was a physical education teacher. The other girl corroborated the story. He was arrested. He was publicly exposed. His police mug, the police put out a press release with his police mug. He was sent to jail for 4 nights. He was sent home, and he was a pariah, as labeled a child molester. Before the...
This is all before there was a trial.
That's correct. Before there was an indictment. There was something called a preliminary hearing, which sets up the cause for an indictment, which is pretty low. These two girls recanted. That is, they admitted they lied about a key element of the charge that would not have led to molestation had they told the truth. Yet the district attorney or called the county attorney of Fairfax County indicted him anyway, and he went to trial. And the jury, in 46 minutes, acquitted him, with one juror weeping about the injustice done to this man. And after he was acquitted, and his life basically ruined, or whether he was acquitted or not, the school district is still making him a pariah, sends him a letter, which it makes public, saying you're not allowed to be alone with young women, you're not allowed to do anything that we're not supervising you about, and we're not sending you back to teach full-time. In other words, he's still paying the penalty, even if they treated him correctly. What I am disturbed about is, does anyone who's listening know the names of the people personally responsible for this gross injustice? So here are the names, everyone. Raymond F. Morragh, Morragh, Fairfax Commonwealth Attorney. Where are you? Why are you not apologizing for indicting and having a man acquitted in 47 minutes? The Fairfax County Police Department. Where are you? Why are you not
Nicole
apologizing
Christian, the lead detective,
for putting the press release out? And the chief detective here, who has subsequently been found to have misstated the facts under oath, and a sex case was dropped because of her. She should have her front page photo, her mug, put on the front page of the Washington Post. And she has not resigned or been, as far as I'm concerned, shamed. So this is what happens in the media. I mentioned the larger issue is the presumption of guilt culture that we live in.
Well, okay, I understand that. Police make mistakes. I mean, it happens a lot. People are arrested, and then they're charged with a crime, and then those charges are later dropped. I mean, that's going to happen. So, what do you want? Every time the police get something wrong, for them to apologize?
Yeah, but look at the
I certainly do. Nicole Christian is the head detective. Who there's lots of things that happened in the investigation that went wrong. But when they're this wrong and label somebody a child molester and send a press release out, what are they doing sending a press release out before an indictment? Let the courts at least make some kind of a judgment before the police start to brag about arresting a child molester. But yes, people should be held accountable when they're this wrong that ruins a man's life. Yes.
Also, look at the actions of the Fairfax County schools.
Yeah, that's what I've
after the guy's been exonerated, they continue to treat him as a sex offender.
Now, who is the Fairfax County School District?
Oh, that's a place where they ripped up the Constitution a long time ago. Are you familiar with their zero tolerance policy and the kinds of things they've done to kids? I mean, suppose your child has a prescription medication, and they put one of the tablets in their pocket as opposed to bringing the jar with the number on it.
They're done.
Somebody got thrown out of school for that. For just having the tablet, for a tablet that was prescribed. Basically, brown shirts run the Fairfax County Public Schools. It is actually an act of child abuse to put your children in the Fairfax County Public Schools, given the way they treat people, because the values that they learn from the principals and administrators are so base and so without merit that it's just absolutely obscene.
Well, look,
and this is another example. They're ruining this man's life. They've ruined children's lives, Lanny. They're completely out of control. But this is what you have in a jurisdiction without an accountable mayor. They basically have sort of a city manager system out there, and they have spawned a police department which doesn't have reasonable respect for people's civil rights. They keep people on the police force that we know don't do their jobs, that railroad people. They keep county attorneys on the payroll that we know don't do their job and that railroad people. And they literally abuse the rights of children by the kinds of people, that they discipline out there.
But Peter, you're taking it to an extreme. I mean, you're essentially saying that everybody in the Fairfax County School District.
Well, you have to see the way they do business out there.
Well, I think there are a lot of them that do a great job.
Absolutely, of course.
Well,
but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is the system is infected.
I have a solution for not overgeneralizing. There are a lot of great people in law enforcement, a lot of great people out in Fairfax County. But my solution is, if this man's photographed and life has been ruined by the police decision to put that press release out, by this detective making very poor judgments about the way she interrogated and the way she presented the case, and the Commonwealth attorney who decided to proceed with an indictment, and then after an individual is acquitted in 46 minutes, he doesn't issue any kind of a public statement. All I'm asking for is that the individuals who are responsible, not the entire police force, and not everyone in Fairfax County School District, individuals are accountable for making a mistake, and we want to know their names. We want their apologies. The parents of these two children declined to comment to the Washington Post. The Fairfax County attorney declined to comment. The school district declined to comment. Can you imagine, after being responsible for ruining a man's life, they don't even have the courage to personally, with their names in the newspapers, apologize? So I'm talking about the media and law enforcement having a conspiracy omerta of silence, and that's where I think we can all agree. Individuals, if they make mistakes, fine, let them be accountable and apologize. Right. I guess that's my point.
All right, Lanny, good story. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you.
Lanny Davis here on WMAL. The brown shirts thing is what I take offense to. I mean, come on.
Well, it's gotten a little overboard out there.
Yeah, that's a little hyperbole, too. 6:45 on W.